Thanks for the
Let's
opportunity.
yes.
Yeah.
let's move on now to our next speaker. He is Ayush Mohan. Ayush Mohan is one of India's most acclaimed sarod players. He was nominated for the Best Classical Instrumentalist at the Global Indian Music Academy Awards. He has been launched in the United States by the Ravi Shankar Foundation. He has performed at esteemed venues and festivals across the globe, including Symphony Space in New York, Musical Instrument Museum in Phoenix, Savai Gandharv, and many more. He has given several TEDx talks to make the younger generation more aware about the glory of India's cultural heritage. Along with his brother Lakshay, the two have been hailed as harbingers of Indian classical music by India Today. They are the first musicians to represent India at the Grammy Museum. They were invited by the All India Radio to perform for a special broadcast on the occasion of United Nations International Broadcasting Day. So over to Ayush Mohan.
Namaskar, and thank you so much for having me over. Uh, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So, namaskar and a very good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank the Center for Soft Power for having me over for this very beautiful and relevant topic, why the arts. So, it has been so wonderful listening to all the wonderful speakers this evening, and all of them have shared such beautiful insights from their own life, their own experience, and it has been really wonderful listening to all of you. So, if I have to put it together, art is the backbone of society. Just like our body needs food to survive, our soul needs nutrition, and art can provide that nutrition to our soul. Art defines the very purpose of our existence, and it gives a meaning to our life because just imagine if we don't have cinema, if we don't have music, if we don't have dance, if we don't have theater productions, what will be life? Life will be so dull. And life will be, in fact, I would say life would be a punishment because if you're just following life in a vicious circle, you are just going to your office, you come back, and you just repeat this cycle all throughout. So life will become more of a punishment if there are no arts that can add that vibrance to our life. In my own experience, I don't hail from a family of musicians. My though my parents were always very fond of music and they were connoisseurs of art. So, though our father is in the education industry, he was very fond of listening to music, classical music, when he was in his college days. And that was the reason that when I and my brother were like very young, like I would have been like 3 or 4 years old. So these cassettes of music of the great legends like Pandit Ravi Shankar, Ustad Ali Khan, Pandit Nikhil Baji, they used to play in our homes. But imagine that tender age of 3 years or 4 years. Of course, a child cannot relate to ragas or to the scientific or the meditative side of classical music. But at that time, I recall when I listened to you, when I used to listen to those cassettes, there was this strange energy that I felt listening to this music, a very different kind of thing. I would say a cosmic energy that I felt on listening to these cassettes. And they somehow intrigued me to such a level that I could not find that depth in something else in my day to day life activities. And since then, art has changed my life in so many ways, the way I think and the way I take things in life. Art has been a great medium for me to realize and to discover my inner self because art gives you that ability to go beyond this materialistic world and realize, and first of all realize that there is an inner world, which there is an inner side of you that perhaps only you can connect with it. And that is what, of course, yoga and meditation, all these things. So art, so in my case it was classical music. So when I was small and I was learning to play the sarod, so since the sarod is a fretless instrument and we have to uh, train our mind in such a way that we can guess the musical notes at the right place on the metallic plate on the sarod. So that training is very similar just to like Just imagine that you have been sent to a dark room where there are no lights, and you just have to. And if someone says walk to the lamp or walk to the bed, you have to walk instantly to that lamp without uh, without any lights. So you just have to have the calculation of where is the lamp. So similarly in Sarod, you have to go to the musical notes without any reference of the musical frets. So that training helped me a lot in life in uh, analyzing things in a much deeper way, and taking and thinking of things in a much deeper way. So as I and my brother were learning music together in our childhood, we naturally got into playing jugalbandi or the duet. And while playing duet through all these years, we were introduced to a lot of aspects of jugalbandi, like the sawal jawab or the musical question answer. So things like these, when you have to instantly recreate what the other person has said through his musical instrument, they help you develop a more strong ability of reflex, because our music is completely improvised on stage, our Indian classical music. So when you are doing a jugalbandi on stage, suppose uh, the sitar player has given you a musical phrase, you have to instantly recreate it on your own instrument. So that gives you an ability to think very fast and to think in a very intellectual way. So I would say that art was indulging in art was a completely life changing experience for me, and it opened up so many new facets and so many new angles in life that's even hard to describe. And uh, I would say that it also had a huge impact on my academics, because art helps you to have a more focused and a more concentrated mind. So when we are learning a musical instrument, or when we are practicing music, we are taught to learn in a certain discipline or follow a certain discipline. So that discipline plays a major role in helping you in your studies as well, because you have to uh, grasp what is there and you have to concentrate. So that is one of the aspects, and studies have proven that children who are given early exposure to music
1 minute.
or to arts, yeah, so they tend to have a more focused mind, and their left part of the brain is more developed. So in that way, uh, an early exposure to any form of art helps you go a long way in life. Even if you don't pursue that professionally, art, it nurtures your personality and it opens up a perspective of creativity in you that plays a huge role throughout your life. So I would say that arts are very important to the society, and in fact there cannot be a life without arts, because if there is a life, then we would all be deprived of all the vibrance and all that uh, all that life has to offer to us. So art is constantly there in every form of thing that we are seeing in daily life, even though we don't realize it. But art makes everything all the more interesting and all the more meaningful, I would say.
Thank you, Ayush. Thank you so much. Ayush Mohan was the last speaker for today. And we have here live examples of musical geniuses, dance geniuses who have also excelled remarkably in their academics. And that's where we have a precedence from them for our institutions to ensure that art is and does form an important credit based, or in the main core curriculum. Art is included in right from the kindergarten to 12th, because I deal with the higher education students, and by the time they are with us, their minds are highly concretized into a bird's eye view of a particular subject. So it is not even science, it is in science and agriculture, and in agriculture agronomy. So it's to that level that the mind is concretized. So it's extremely tough. But as our eminent speakers have explained today, one needs to start young, and the curriculums need to be developed accordingly.